Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, it's a really weird news day for sports fans. I've been getting a lot more sports news in my feeds lately, I guess just because the Super Bowl is coming up, and frankly, there's been a lot of upsets in the playoffs that have happened in the last couple of weeks, but I digress. You might have seen this in your news feeds already that Sports Illustrated has laid off most of its staff. Some press release that came out that the company that owns them, I think it's called Arena Group, lost some marketing license with their parent company. And, that's how all these companies are lately. They're not owned by the original people anymore. They got bought out in 2019, by the way, if you weren't aware of that. But they've been in publication since, I think, 1954. This year would have been their 70th year making magazines, which I guess I should take a little step back for the people in my audience who have no idea what Sports Illustrated even is. But yeah, it was a monthly magazine that kind of caught sports news. It had a bunch of writers for them that handled specific areas, and I mean it was good for what it was. It was very detailed. You could tell they had a passion for what they were doing, and for some people out there, for a contingency of men out there, their main focus with Sports Illustrated was the swimsuit magazines. And some people will tell you that's why Sports Illustrated has tanked. Because two people who were on their swimsuit covers, one who I can't remember her name right now. What I do remember the most about her being on that cover was Jordan Peterson got dragged all over the internet for saying that something about not beautiful and nothing you tell me will change my mind, and everybody replying to him was like, you have no idea what you're talking about. I remember that one distinctly. The second one, I don't really know this lady. I think her name's Kim Petras. I wouldn't have known she was trans unless you told me, but apparently she was on a swimsuit cover, and people freaked out about that. Now there's this whole, you will not go a day without seeing this. People saying, oh, this is another case of go woke and go broke. But I'll be honest with you, the wokes would have warned you that this was coming. The wokes warned you when this happened because it has nothing to do with any swimsuit covers. It has to do with their creative drives. Like I said before, you could tell when this magazine was in publication that the writers really cared. They were into the sports they were covering. They cared about the players, the brand. They were into it. It was, I can't remember how long ago, maybe about a year or so back, where they got into it for AI writing. That it wasn't just AI generated stories, or at least, I guess reporting on stories. But no, it was AI generated reporters. Fake names and fake pictures for these people. They generated off of the thispersondoesnotexist.com sort of stuff. And that is really disappointing. I remember when that happened too. And yeah, a lot of people on, I'll say my end of the political spectrum said, this is what AI should not be used for. We should be using AI to help people and to solve problems and to, do busy work, not do creative work or journalism or reporting. And you had another end of this political spectrum who said stuff like, well, this is what you get. This is what you get for being bad writers and going woke. You're going to get replaced by robots. And frankly, this is what you get now because nobody wants to read what a robot has to say. It's not a matter of it's not there yet. I care. If I'm reading about human sports, I want it from a human reporter. I want someone who's got some skin in the game, someone who really loves the sport, loves the craft. And you could say this about any kind of reporting in general, whether it's the real news, politics and geopolitics and all that stuff, or, video games and reviewing like that. And we don't want that cold, critical sort of. We want it to be real. We want all of the stuff that we read and take in to be written by real people with real feelings frankly, to invoke that in us as well. And you might think that sports isn't something that can do that for you, but I guarantee you it is. And if you're not someone who takes in sports even on a casual level, if you want to be inspired by some sports, why don't you read about that USA victory in the hockey match against the USSR and tell me that sports can't drive you? But as far as Sports Illustrated coming back into this, I hope so. Their owner says they really want to keep the brand going, but if they don't get rid of this AI stuff, which I think a lot of companies are starting to realize that this stuff is starting to bite them, that people want to hear from people. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I guess until the next time you get one of these legacy companies folding because of their use of AI reporting, y'all try to have a good day.